It's Saturday the 6th of April. We're looking at the deployment now. Forecast for Monday is that it's going to be bad weather, and we're deploying across here on all of this. You can see the chemtrails all down here. Look, all this area, and they're trying to build all this. You can see the chemtrails there, all across the southern Atlantic. What we are going to bring, hopefully, is some prolonged sunshine through to Monday and wipe this out. I'll show you on the other satellite as well, Sat-24. I predicted 1.5 weeks ago, before even the weatherman predicted this high coming in, that we would have this. It's long and complicated, depending where you deploy, east, west, north, south. You can we change the temperatures and reset it back to a normal weather cycle. However, let's look on Sat-24. Beautiful protection here. This is where we're deploying. We're now heading out here, and if you notice on this top left hand corner, when we get the big cloud busters on it, it crazes all the cloud up in the Atlantic. Amazing. We were deploying there yesterday. I can go onto NASA World View and show you the areas where the etheric discharge and potential was reacting with the upper atmosphere. As far up as 15-18 miles, no problem, 2,000 miles away. I know it's mind-blowing, folks, and it's difficult to accept this, but I've been doing this 3 years and I know what happens. Sat-24 showing exactly the same. Fantastic, beautiful clear weather. Now, as the winds rotate and come south here, look what the Mediterranean is enjoying. This is downwind, and it's ozone. CO2 has got a free molecule converted to CO3 when an etheric discharge occurs. Do you know why? Because an etheric discharge is exactly the same as lightning, but in slow motion. I've had this confirmed by a top scientist and physicist. Now, when it gets close to the etheric area, look at the leading edge dissolve. Look at that. That's why all this is clear. Now, if you want to see in the upper atmosphere the difference between their clouds and a reset, it's this. You will, when we deploy, we start to see a crazed effect, and you see blue holes appear. Now, bear in mind, we could have 10,000 feet of cloud, and when we're pointing up, it takes a while, but you will start to see holes appear. Now, when you see a blue hole, you think what's happened. You have just cleaned 1,000 feet of cloud above there that they've falsely generated. It affects the magnetic charge that's in the atmosphere, so it starts to dissolve it. And here's an example of it. So look at this. We've got the big chemtrail cannons, like the Wilhelm Reich ones, pointing across here. This is NASA World View yesterday. This is where it comes from Wales, up through the atmosphere and across. So there's the crazing effect. We've got one low just on the horizon, and it's hitting this here, the crazing effect. You see it. So we're hoping that by the time this comes over the UK, we're going to have some fantastic weather again. But we'll see, depending on the wind directions that we look on NASA World View. But beautiful results. That's where we are at the moment. Previously we were deploying, that's where we were breaking it all up. They've been trying to chemtrail, and it's been failing. But this is a concern. When they spray, there's 3,000 or 4,000 jets every night that come from the States across here, and that's where this cloud comes from. But that's the one that we are breaking up successfully. And when we do deploy, we've got one here, that's one going south. We get a vortex as we go on a higher angle, and we've got one heading north. We've got Richard, and we've also got somebody in Wales who's pointing across this area, and this is the results that you see.